acoustics is a domain which can be fit into any field. It is not limited to one part of domain. Like, so usually for any of the project which we consider, artificial acoustics is improving the acoustical ambience within any space. It can be a building, it can be a conference room, it can be a meeting room, or it can be a lecture hall. It can be your office cabin, it can be open office or like a closed cabin. So it can be anything. So it can be a media room or a home theater or a movie theater, or it can be a mall. So it varies from residential house to commercial building. Everywhere acoustics is required. Though in India, residential acoustic is not majorly looked into, but we feel that as we are progressing, several of the high-end houses are taking artificial acoustics as the major component into their design. And then now everything we have seen, like as the number of projects are increasing and people are getting aware of, now acoustics has become part of the design of the buildings, whereas in abroad, so this is the integral part and this is one of the requirement, like the way where they do the structural design for any construction, acoustics and vibration analysis is also part of their regular activities to get any approval from the building authorities in abroad. So one is the exterior to interior sound transmission. So exterior to interior sound transmission in the sense your building or if a hotel or a conference room or like your convention center or your like commercial building, it can be located at any place within a city or a town or like a metropolitan city as well. So where in which these buildings can be on the side of a railway track or like near to a railway station, near to an airport, near to a busy road, or like maybe isolated in a serene atmosphere. So it can be at any place. So based on the exterior ambience, so if it is located near to an airport, so you'll be having more noise sources from the plane activities. If it is near to a railway station, you'll be having more noise coming from the train. So it depends. If it is near to a busy road, so you'll be having more honking sounds. India, the honking is very common, like unlike in foreign countries where in which they won't be honking much. But India honking is more frequent, and then you'll be having a lot of noise or disturbance because of this honking. And for example, if you're having your office room just on the roadside where there is a severe traffic jam or honking is there, then you can't design or like you can't keep your meeting room or conference room on the roadside facing the facade glass. Or like if your office is located on the facade on the roadside of the within the building, then you'll be having a lot of disturbances because of this continuous honking or the noise sources. The same thing happens with the airports as well. So the exterior to interior sound transmission, that is the design of the facade, is plays a crucial role for these kind of problems, where in which you may be having a masjid or a temple or a church or a road, railway, airline. It can be anything. So all these exterior noise will be needs to be studied, and then based on that we will be designing, or like an architectural acoustician will be designing what should be the glass which needs to be used, what should be the wall cladding they have to use, what should be the wall type they have to use in order to mitigate this noise, so that exterior noise won't be coming into interior, and then your interior activities will be happening without any disturbance or like any hindrance. See, and another important aspect about acoustics is that acoustics is a domain which can be fit into any field. It is not limited to one part of domain. Like for example, I did my master's or graduation, master's, PhD, everything from mechanical engineering domain. So it is mechanical engineering domain. So we will be working for architectural acoustics or like building acoustics, which is mainly for civil engineering. So, but an acoustician can do this and civil engineering a job as well in terms of acoustical design. And in the underwater acoustics on the marine engineering, where in which we can work in underwater acoustics, where in which we provide solutions to the underwater acoustic problem. Like maybe underwater acoustics, some people may not be knowing completely why, because it is not a day-to-day activity which will be happening. It is mainly meant for the defense applications, where in which the noise coming from the submarine or the ship should not be heard by a sonar from a like a rivalry like a ship or a submarine through an active and passive sonar detection. And also we will be working for then aero engineering as well, like aircraft noise studies. And also we will be working for the electrical acoustics as well. We will be working for the musical acoustics as well. So acoustics in the physics, basically in physics as well, acoustics is there. So MSc groups also, they will be having acoustics, and then mechanical engineering also will be having acoustics, where in which noise, vibration, and harshness. NVH is a major part in automotive engineering, automobile engineering. So each and every part of engineering or science, acoustics is inherently been there. So acoustics is a field which can be chosen by any person, be it from a science background, be it from civil engineering background, be it from mechanical engineering, be it from aero engineering, be it from electrical engineering, be it computer engineering. Anyone can choose this domain. So it is not limited to one particular branch of engineering. So even for the switch over, to anyone can choose in acoustics. And for acoustics, the fundamental knowledge is the physics only. So other than that, so as you want to advance, you have to do some masters, and then PhD is something which it is up to the candidate whether he wants to do PhD to get into this acoustics field, but it is not mandatory. So 12th standard though, it doesn't matter, because 12th standard they can take MPC, BPC, CEC, whatever it might be. So, but actual concepts are like more technical things will be coming in the graduation stage, where in which they can choose, like if not 12th, they can choose diploma in engineering, or like maybe BSc in the graduation, science, any of the science stream, or like if they come to engineering, so they can take some courses in terms of mainly acoustics. Actually will be coming not even in graduation. So when you come to engineering, acoustics is something which will be coming in during post graduation, because you won't be like no one will be offering courses particularly in acoustics. Acoustics is a small topic in your physics, and if you want to get into more advanced study in acoustics, even in IITs, the courses will be there only in their PG, and that too is in L2. This is not even a core course. So unless otherwise you take it specifically for if you want to choose a career path, you won't be encountering acoustics in any of your regular course subjects which you will be learning. But the waves, study about the waves, study about the material, study about the noise, all these things will be there in some topics in your physics subjects, or like maybe in your subjects in your engineering. So and vibration, though it will be part of this dynamics, machine dynamics, or like in any dynamic study, vibrations will be there in almost all the design streams. But acoustics is specifically will be there in post graduation if you want to have a, separate subject altogether. Other than that, I think nowhere I found, because I also have got the teaching background, so I haven't like come across any of specific subjects in graduation or intermediate, or like post 10th class up to PG, though you won't be getting any subjects in acoustics. See, basically, my interest in acoustics came into my graduation itself. So my basic, like my BTech project was done in vibrations, and post which I thought like I want to choose my career path in acoustics, and my master's and PhD was into completely into acoustics. So as I said, like this is a very narrow field. So I went post my graduation. I worked in an automotive company, Mahindra and Mahindra, and so just I switch over to masters. Like I left my job and then went to masters. So during my masters, that is when first I got a complete thorough knowledge into acoustics, and then post which I did PhD in cavity acoustics for low frequency noise reduction payload pairings in spacecrafts. So during my PhD itself, along with my prop, we used to do a lot of projects for industries. So he was also a consultant in acoustics and vibration. So that is when actually I got an experience seeing different problems in the field, be it into defense, be it into space programming, be it into automotive, be it into regular household items, because we have provided solutions to ceiling fans, mixer grinders, washing machines, or like and submarines, ships, so aircrafts, lot of things. So it is varying from like a small item in our house to the topmost item which is available. So each and every place I have got an experience, and that is when I thought like, okay, this is a field which needs to be explored, and this is a field where I can see myself down the line. And but only thing is like, as I said, like after PhD you'll be having very less offers in India as such, so you will be overqualified than what is required in the market. So majority of the companies won't be taking you. It's direct, because they will be thinking that you will be very high price. So it will be very difficult. So initially, the struggle which I faced is like what to do after my PhD into acoustics. Then I got back to academics, and then I started setting up my own laboratory, for which government of India has got a lot of programs for academicians, where in which they will be funding for your projects. And thereby I started my own like an entrepreneur. So I started writing proposals to the government of India, where in which there are different programs in DST, UGC, and MHRD. There are a lot of programs were there, ACT and all. So based on those fundings, I established my own lab and my own equipment, and I started my own research and consultancy activities in acoustics. That is the first challenge which I faced, because so there won't be any ready-made job available for you after you are finishing your PhD. That is, PhD is too much for acoustics in India as of now, but it is desired. But I don't regret that, because right now I became mastered in that, because I have done PhD and I have got my degree and I have got my own experience. So I can do myself. PhD is not something where you invent a new thing. It is a PhD will allow you to solve any problem in a systematical manner. So it can be anything. You will be mastering, you won't be worrying, you won't be afraid of. For example, if you're having a big problem outside in acoustics and vibration, I won't be afraid. I will be understanding, okay, what is the problem, how I can systematically solve the problem. This confidence and courage you will be getting once you do your PhD. That's actually the other advantage of PhD. But anyway, so my struggle came in post my PhD, where in which how I have to take off my career in acoustics. And once I started doing on my own, so acoustics is a domain where people won't be bothered where you are working. So they won't be worrying where in which IIT or like in which university or in which company you will be. So it is based on your individual expertise, which matters a lot than from your background. So for me, it doesn't matter like where I worked as an academician, but it matter like how much knowledge I'm having, how much experience I'm having in solving their problem. So being into my own lab, I work for Indian Navy, I work for top automotive companies. I work for different foreign defense organizations in underwater acoustics. In several places, I provided services, and that is when people got to know me. And then when Nicholson also got to know me from the same kind of projects, and they offered me a job. That is when actually this is a job which I haven't chosen. This is a job which came to me based on the work which we do. So then once I came into this company, then I understood, okay, there is a global reach is there. So there is a huge projects which are being not explored. So I will be doing in a small time. Now when I came to this company of international repute, so globally I can see what kind of requirements are there in acoustics, what kind of services are required in acoustics. But in outside, if you see, there are very limited people who are offering this kind of services. Very limited people who are providing solution to these areas. So that's how slowly, like in between, a lot of people have asked me, like, Surya, like there were very less opportunities, very less I think, why can't you switch over to, at that time nanotechnology was some kind of boom along. I don't know now, nanotechnology is, people are talking, you know, artificial intelligence, machine learning, these are the complete burning topics. But down the line, right from my graduation to PhD and to up to now, I haven't thought about switching off my career path. But I completely stuck down to acoustics and vibration, and then I was into almost all the fields of engineering and domain. Now there are a lot of job opportunities. I myself is creating, and even there are a lot of job opportunities for acousticians in India as well. They are growing, and that was a good field altogether. And even the salaries which these acousticians will be trying will be very huge when compared to the other counterparts. I can confidently say that my counterparts in mechanical engineering are into different line together, and I am into altogether a different line. Because if you are in master into a niche field where in which very few people were there, obviously you'll be more worth. Currently, I can say that there are very few people in acoustics in India, and acoustics in India is still growing. So there are more opportunities. India is a huge market, as everybody is aware of, and then now we are going from in acoustics also, there is more importance is being given. People are now talking in terms of acoustics, and then getting their houses designed for acoustics. I am surprised by being an individual consultant and then working as a technical head of Nicholas and Associates. I'm seeing people, right? The people are, there are a lot of people who doesn't know where to go. And I have this problem, but who is going to give me the solution? So a lot of these activities I'm looking at, and then there are several problems which are being reported by the companies, and then commercial areas. So I just advise to the young generation who wants to take up this field for their career path. So you choose this path, and the only thing is you have to be stick on to this. Just don't do 1 year trial or 2 year trials and then see how it that not all won't work. You have to have some patience. You have to gain master in some terms of measurements or modeling or like understanding the basic background of acoustics and vibration. And then if you start getting into this field, then maybe down the line within 2 3 years, so the growth will be very faster. That is one thing which I can tell. Unlike other domains where in which there are thousands of people around you, not even thousands, lakhs of people who are there around you, and you are one among them. Whereas this is a domain where in which you are one among very few people. And if you can master or if you can show your potential or like expertise, then you will be easily recognized across India and across the globe as well. So even in India, you can tell like how many acousticians are there, but you can't tell like how many computer science engineering were there, how many artificial intelligence engineers were there. Like there are several of those people around you. But whereas in this kind of domain where very few people were there, and then there is a lot of use requirement down the line in future, because residential acoustics is something which was not there in India, and then which is going to come up in every kind of apartment and every kind of building. So currently it is there only for the premium and high costly kind of building structures and apartments and then uh the spaces. But right now I can confidently say that down the line maybe 3 to 5 years. So in every part of the building, acoustics also will be properly taken care of by the some or the other way. And in 10 years, so it will be there in every part of the building.